This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
This is Luca Perk, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
This is Jam DeMatteis, and you are listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
There's a thin line between heroism and madness.
Here, the line fades to nothing at all.
This is a world of Capes and Lunatics.
And nothing is off limits.
Hello and welcome to another fun-filled Friday night. It's the Capes and Lunatics, episode 168. One more week until Lilith's creation sees the light of day. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, the man of leisure in New Jersey. It is
Charlie, the Professor Esser.
And that inexplicable, that incredible, the queen of the armadillos from Florida. It is
Impossible Lilith Hellfire.
Yay!
Archie Comics #1 fan. Woo!
You're made of plants? What?
Archie Comics #1 fan. The Impossible Lilith Hellfire.
You said impossible. Like she's made of plants.
That's our new branding.
There you go. The Impossible Lilith. I buy it. I believe you are impossible, Lilith.
Suck it, CBR.
That or you're made of plants. So one or the other. It's
Stoking that Twitter beef. So what's on the agenda, Captain? Wait, before we get started, prerequisite. Nobody tell Rob and...
there we go.
Lilith just put the pedal to the metal. All right.
Opened a can of soda pop. Clearly.
Exactly. Watermelon flavored potato water.
Juice.
Seltzer of some sort. Some
Potato
sort of
water.
sensory delight.
All right. All right.
Stop with real potatoes, Lilith. You know that.
All right. My first thing was just a purely selfish thing. All right. So I sent the link. I know you guys all saw. Next summer, June 18th, Pixar is putting out its newest movie about a young boy on the Italian Riviera. What is the title?
Oh, that is literally Luca. Yeah.
Titled Luca.
Yeah. So long as he doesn't live on the second floor, it's fine.
But yeah, I mean, I'm like, you like that? He's like, no. I'm like, why? I'm like, your name's gonna be on everything. We're gonna be able to get T-shirts with your name on it. People are like, maybe that kid from that movie. He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah. I'm gonna tell him no. I'm like, okay, I know.
That's very cool. Yes.
He
Local
wants
man
to lead
has
a life of out of the spotlight, and Philip just won't let him.
No,
Don't
look.
you want to be famous, boy?
Oh, don't be a stage mom. That's bad. The kid has to want it, like Ronnie Howard. Ronnie Howard wanted it. That was what made it different from Ronnie and everybody else. Is Ronnie said no. This Christopher Ronnie was the family business, and his parents didn't get involved. Said, I don't know. You want to be an actor? We'll we'll get you an agent, and we will have.
And bring your little brother to your auditions too.
he's picking his moments because anytime I'm like he says he wants. We're trying to figure out something for him to do on YouTube. So
okay. Well, yeah, he's got a lot to catch up with, man. Tristan's got 4 channels now.
I was gonna figure
Capes and Lunatics, the next generation is going to be in excellent hands.
I
Might not even have to adopt a grandkid.
I just got to figure out how to hook up so you could see him playing the game as he plays the Roblox because he'll walk you through the Roblox.
Oh yeah, well that's
just get a game capture, get a cam link, get a game capture.
Playthroughs are one of the biggest draws right now.
Oh, that you will have to get a PC for best results, Philip.
Well, he has one.
Okay,
well there you go.
Just for streaming purposes, all the software works better.
All right, yeah, he might have to help me with that, but yeah, you should hear him explain to my dad. He'd be like, "Pap, this is what you have to do," and he goes through this big long explanation.
Kids are wonderful. They will eventually replace us.
Always.
Thank God.
Thank God. Yes. That's designed in obsolescence at its best.
Meanwhile, Lilith will die and the dogs will eat her.
I don't think so. I'm too gamey. Yeah. I'm too tough. These are pampered pooches. They like their filet mignon and whatnot.
I don't know.
Philip, they're dogs, not cats. They,
I don't know. I think it's get that scent of alcohol.
I'm thirsty, bro. I only have one dog that likes the little puppy beer. To be honest, there's only one dog that's my drinking buddy.
Yeah, and there's armadillos to eat.
Exactly. Geckos.
Let's be honest.
Lots of wildlife around here.
Dogs are very good about going feral when they have to, and they don't usually eat pack members. So, well, they're alpha. So,
okay, yeah, I agree.
Cats will eat you though. Cats will.
It's because we used to worship them as gods, and they've never forgotten it. So that's our fault.
I just think.
Then those damn Egyptians went and worshipped Khonshu.
Khonshu. Oh man.
What the F?
What the F is going on over there? But that was last week. We got to wait another month for the next Avengers, I think. So we won't see. We won't see how that round of gods is dealing with it. Does it ever bother anyone how OP nearly all gods are? Even if they're a real 8th tier god like Khonshu.
Oh, Ray! Captain Tank Top's coming for you, Charlie. You might have a new nemesis.
What the?
Yeah. And you just gotta imagine that it just takes all of Zeus and Odin's restraint not to just say, I'm putting everyone back to you're all just who mourns Adonis? You're all shepherds now.
But that seems
back to shepherding.
Doesn't that seem to be a theme in all fiction? It's vampires, gods. If you live to be old enough, you get to be pretty powerful.
But he's not. That's the thing. It's not like he has ever shown this level of power before. I mean, yes, I get it. They really want to tie in Khonshu into the Haggard universe. They said, hey, this kind of fits,
Oh, what if that's not Khonshu? What if Mark's being fooled? Because he is. I would see Mark Spector being easily fooled.
Yeah.
I mean, who is he fighting in that last Moon Knight annual? An Avengers foe.
Oh,
Kang the Conqueror.
Oh, Kang the Conqueror. Okay. Oh, well, that's good. I was actually just thinking more of the Worm and all of that. We know, which of course ties to Set. But speaking of easily fooled, Tony's having a bad day. Do we want to talk Empyre number 3, which is officially titled Avengers Fantastic Four Empyre number 3?
I mean, if you want to go to comics, okay.
I mean, no. Well, okay. Well, we'll wait. We were talking about people being easily fooled, and we'll save that for later. But do you have other mass media topics to discuss?
Yes. Did everybody see? I guess they just announced it's not going to be till next year or later. I guess Kevin Smith has been tapped to create a new Green Hornet animated series.
Oh, good. We're going to leave the live action alone. That's fine.
Yeah, it's an animated.
Okay.
Did he say?
How did he feel about the Seth Rogen one?
They're friends, kind of, sort of, right? So I don't think he would really. I'm sure they're.
Well, I think
Doobie Brothers,
Yeah.
I think he worked on an early version of that movie or a different version of the movie, but
yeah, that was. I mean, that was a movie where, and I get that. So here's what I'll tell you.
It could have been worse.
All I'll say is I heard him on his podcast, one of his many podcasts today, saying that one of his major influences for this was Batman the Animated Series. So,
well, as it should be.
Yeah. Green Batman.
I can.
The other Green Batman, yeah.
Oh, Batman.
This is the legend, and it may be true. Was that when they repack that Green Hornet was the biggest show in Hong Kong because it was repackaged as the Kato show.
Oh,
as you do,
because it was Kato and the Green Hornet, and I really felt that there was this idea that that's what they wanted to do, really focus on Kato in the Green Hornet. Then they cast Seth Rogen, and they said, "No, what if we did, jokes about him being middle-aged and fat instead?" Because that's what people want to see. Not awesome martial arts by, a highly trained and awesome martial artist. But how about what if he was out of shape and then,
Smoked a doobie.
yeah, that. So
They should have just got James Franco at that point. It could have just been Pineapple Express 2. Hashtag
Yeah.
fight me.
Yeah, was he already getting creepy with women at that point?
He's always been creepy. It's just the fact that people feel comfortable speaking about it now.
okay.
He's not the only Franco brother that's creepy, but that's not the topic we're talking about today.
We're the ones
Yes.
Franco
So
brothers? What?
I mean, I wish him well. I hope he finishes it. As we all know, Kevin Smith
Shots
is
fired.
not known for his follow through.
Lilith, we're still waiting on that third Batman miniseries. It's only been, 10, 11 years?
Kevin Smith's gonna be Kevin Smith, and we're gonna love him for it, and we're gonna watch him cry, and it's gonna be emotional. It's fine.
Daredevil
To be fair.
the Target. I don't know how long that miniseries was supposed to be. He only got one issue out in 2003 or 2004.
He's
Nothing.
I know.
Dude,
Yeah.
I don't know what, but he's busy.
Well, here's what Marvel said. I mean, here's what I'm sure Marvel says is like, look, number ones always sell best.
So
Kevin
let's just
Smith
do all
will
number
give us a
one.
number one. That will sell. If he ever gets around to finishing it, most of the time, it's like there's like an anticipation and a delay, but it's like I think with Kevin Smith, it's like the delay's just baked in. So
Smoked a doobie.
they just know it'll get there. But this is going to be an animated series, right?
Yes, animated.
Okay, so that he has to show up for. That's got as the producers of Teen Titans will tell you, that Teen Titans Go will tell you, that is a very aggressive schedule, and so he's got to be on the ball if he wants.
Well,
to write
those
that.
scripts have to be all done before they even send it off to because they're going to send it out to different people because everybody's working on episodes simultaneously.
Well, yeah,
Exactly.
I just wonder if he's going to be the big animation guy now because he's already working on a Masters of the Universe for Netflix. Is it Netflix? Yeah.
Yeah, I still don't know how I feel about that one. I don't think that he's the guy for that, but we'll see. We'll see. And if
What
he
I
breaks
will
my
say is
heart, I know where he lives. It's fine.
I can see him really excelling in animation, expressly because, and it's going to sound kind of
Because he's a cartoon.
antithetical.
Backhanded.
No, because he's not a visual guy, and he's like the first guy I would say he's not a visual guy, which means he's going to give it to animators and just say, "Yeah, can you make it so that they say these things?" So what do I'm doing? I don't know. What do you think they're doing? Okay, well, have them do that then. Just make them say these words. And so you're going to get some really amazing animation from animators that are not being held to any restraints to tell amazing stories, just so long as they happen to get his dialogue in. He says, "Yeah, that's perfect, man. That's great." I said, Green Hornet jumps and says this and does a backflip, and then we're going to get this some kind of crazy thing, and it's going to be amazing, and it'll be great. And Kevin Smith will go, "Yeah, that looks great, good."
And then him and Kato sit around and talk about Star Wars for 10 minutes.
No. Well, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Is he that obsessed with Star Wars anymore? Is anyone that obsessed?
Is
with Star
anybody?
Well, here's what I'll say. I think people are obsessed with the new extended universe. I think we are so over the Skywalkers.
Agreed.
Rey buried those lightsabers. That story is ended. She became a moisture farmer. It's a good life. She's happy now. Now let's see what all the gangsters are doing. That's what we're interested in.
Kona.
We're going to see what the gangsters are up to. We're going to see we're going to see the Legend of the Darksaber get a lot of canon next Mandalorian. That's the big exciting story. And, more about the Darksaber. Because there's a whole Mandalorian culture we're going to explore. It's going to be like the Ferengi. It's going to be great. Not the Klingons, which are just one note. It's going to be like nuanced and subtle and different. It's like, oh, you think we're this, but actually we're all these other things too.
Speaking of Darksaber, did you see he got an Emmy nomination for Mandalorian for Best Supporting Actor, even though he's only in 2 episodes or something?
Who, Kevin Smith?
No. What's his face from The Mandalorian, the one who played
Taika Waititi?
No, the Darksaber.
Giancarlo.
Yeah.
Well, that's because he's
It's about time. Overdue, if you ask me.
Trust me.
Because sometimes award shows are about that life. Well, we've overlooked you for so long, so here's this for that.
Oh yeah, did he get anything for Breaking Bad? He should have.
I don't think he did, but he
No.
should have.
Oh yeah.
But that's the thing.
And that's the game in Hollywood. You wait your turn. It's like being a Democratic nominee. You wait your turn.
And to be fair, in that film, he shows up and he is really great. He is bestly supporting it. So I got no problem. I mean, I guess maybe I would feel that was Werner Herzog was the first guy in that, right? Was that Werner Herzog was the first villain in the story? That this is the first introductory villain.
What, in The Mandalorian?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I thought it was some director with a very thick accent. I thought that was Werner Herzog, but and he said, "Yes, I have never seen Star Wars, but this seems like such a fun story to tell."
But yeah, Mandalorian, I guess, got a couple Emmy nominations.
Yeah.
I mean, we said Watchmen got a ton of them, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Watchmen,
and, it deserved it.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
And so now David Lindelof's like, yeah, I'm definitely going to probably do season 2 now. So,
well,
To be fair,
but here's the thing.
signs are
First off,
pointing to yes. Put it to you that way.
here's what I will say. That universe, that world, is a great world to have other stories told in. We don't need to know what happened after she ate the egg. In fact, I was speaking with someone online, and they basically said, hey, I'd love to see what's going on in Tallahassee, Florida. Let's get out of there. Let's go somewhere else. Let's see what the world is now.
well, yeah, do an anthology series.
Squids, man.
I heard somebody.
Squids, man.
I heard somebody saying do an anthology series at different stories every season. Like True Detective or what is that? American.
Well, that didn't really work out for True Detective.
Don't.
No.
Yeah. More like American Horror Story, but the idea is that there's an established world that has a history and a canon that would be really interesting to tell lots of different stories.
Remix is the word you're looking
Exactly.
for.
I mean, we never saw
tell different stories. Not everything has to be a hip hop reference.
Yeah, I mean, we saw
That was his reference for this. That's the whole open letter. I guess nobody read but me. Okay.
Well, no, I know, but yeah, and I get people use. I feel the term remix gets used too much, just because we use it in gum commercials now.
Do we? I don't watch commercials. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, well,
like literally, I don't.
You're missing out on 50% of American culture, Lilith. That's
like.
Is it anymore? I don't know.
Lilith is like, those things still exist.
Even the Super Bowl commercials don't hit like they used to. Nobody Comic-Con's not hitting like it used to. I'm just saying it. We're moving past it.
The only good commercials are when they put up, like a Marvel trailer or something.
And that's on YouTube, so I don't even have to deal with that.
Lilith, I will tell you two universal truths. People like things easy and people like things cheap. And commercials make things cheap and easy. And that's just the truth of it. And there's more people that want cheap, easy stuff than want to pay for curated content. So,
who said anything about paying? What the hell?
Well,
I mean, I do pay for some things that I do pay for, like YouTube Premium. YouTube's an absolute garbage dumpster fire. It's an ad every freaking 2 minutes. So yes, I pay for that experience on YouTube. Yes. Everything else.
It falls off a truck. I understand, Lilith, but in order for it to fall off the truck, you got to follow that truck and take time.
I support the actors. I don't. I know.
No, but what I'm saying is, in order to get the stuff that falls off the truck, you've got to go out and find the truck, know what's on the truck, wait for it to fall off.
Oh, honey. My whole point, RS feed is it's all cultivated, automated. I don't worry about it, but that's just me. I'm a professional. I'm an old pro. I know how it goes.
Well, a lot of people would like to use their time to, read comic books and drink beer.
And I do that too while it's downloading in the background. So, ho and a bottle of rum,
There you go.
But yeah, it was anyway. A quiet week, really.
What?
I mean, Regis Philbin passed. You know, we have to give
Oh
a shout out
yeah,
to that.
Regis. Yeah.
Poor Reed.
He lived a good
he
life.
was 89. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
He
know.
was 87, but he lived a
87.
good life, a fabulous life. So.
Regis was
Yeah,
a fabulous life.
He
And it wasn't
did
like
okay
it was
for-
long and drawn out. It just, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he actually had his last guest spot like a few months
Going
ago.
out like Stanley, I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's well, because that's the great thing about guest spots. You only have to show up. You get to sit in the chair most of the time. You got to stand up and do a little thing, and then you're done for the day. And then you get to sit back in the chair and watch everything else, and it's lovely.
That's how me and Charlie. That's how me and Charlie are going out at our times on camera.
I mean, in the future, we probably will all be recording ourselves for security purposes. So, quite possibly.
Well, what I'll say is, it was always my dream to die in a makeup chair, but at the same time, I think now I think, oh man, I hate to let everyone down if I died in the makeup chair because that means I was in the middle of a production. That would really make everyone's lives hard. It's like, maybe I'd like to die at the premiere after the last credit rolls.
What did you say?
You mean after the last post-credit scene? Because that's how we roll.
Well, heck, I can die once the first scroll comes up. That way I don't even know if they hated it. So it's great. So it's like a Charlie Esser joint. And then,
but like, did anybody check on Betty White? Because I was like, yeah, we gotta check on Betty White.
She's doing okay.
She's taking her bath in Lazarus pits, man.
Yeah. Seriously.
Well, no, she is. First off, she's a woman women tend to live longer. She is in relatively good shape. She's lived a long and healthy life. And it's one of these things. It's and she's beloved. So it's not like she's dealing with a lot of negativity. Like if she was still playing her old roles, because she used to always play. The
even in the most recent movies, that movie with Ryan Reynolds, she kind of played the old racist, nasty lady. You're like, if you are like a 90s kid like me and you watch Golden Girls on reruns, you're like, not my Betty White.
Well, yeah, but she
was known for. I mean, if you ever see those like stuff that she was in, woo! If you wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, well, you go back and if you watch Mary Tyler Moore, you watch Mama's Family.
Yeah, Mama's Family, yes.
Yes.
Her character was just, a conniving.
But like I said, it's that Golden Girl magic.
She was much more a Rose much more a Blanche than a Rose.
Yeah.
In the original. In fact, I think she auditioned for Blanche, and they said, you know what?
Let's change it up a bit.
Yeah, we're gonna make Rue.
Because they already had the lady that played Maud, basically
B. Arthur.
being Maud. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Well, she too was a national treasure.
How could you forget?
They were all national treasures, and she's the last one left, and I'm just like,
Lilith, how could you forget Deadpool's favorite, B. Arthur?
I know. I'm drinking. Leave me alone.
You just started.
I'm actually like 3 deep now. I'm trying to catch up.
Okay.
You got a funnel, Charlie. She's just pouring them in 2 at a time.
Not supposed to shotgun them. That
Bucks wine, you just tip it and go, bro. You hang it up on the little thing and you tip it and go, okay?
Go ahead, throw it in.
Oh my goodness. Anyway,
yes, let's get to comic books because Charlie's just frothing chomping at the bit.
I did read a lot of comic books this week,
and we're happy for you because you usually don't get to. So I'm happy. Let's talk.
I mean, and they were all good. Got a DC book, I got an indie book, and then I got all of the Marvel books. Well, a few of the Marvel books.
Not all of the Marvel.
No, not all of the Marvel. I got the Marvels that I would actually like to read. So, what do we want? You want to hear about Empyre?
Yeah, I was going to say, go ahead, throw out Empyre 3.
So, yeah, because, Tony Stark's an idiot, captain of bad life choices, as Lilith would say. And so basically, the Cody have invaded. It's the zombie plant apocalypse. Ooh, we'll get to that in a minute. But
Impossible X-Men.
Yes. Yes, the Impossible X-Men. We'll get to them. But, Tony's like, oh, why didn't I understand that I was being played like a sucker? I was an idiot and all this stuff.
Because you're Tony Stark.
Yeah, and Reed's sitting there like, I don't want to be mean to him because I realize that, he doesn't.
But also, Reed can't help it.
Well, no, he's actually being very nice here. because basically Reed guesses his password, and he basically explains like, Johnny uses a similar mnemonic device. He's like, oh, great. So I'm a little, except he says he doesn't do the number substitution. He says, oh, great. So I'm just a little smarter than Johnny Storm. And it's like, and you see Reed's mind dialogue where he's going through, I know he's hurting, because normally I would sit there and say, well, Johnny's actually a much smarter kid than people get him credit for. Which is my basic statement. It's like all the Fantastic Four are probably all really, really smart people. They're just always standing next to Reed Richards, so you don't notice it. And right now, Tony's standing next to Reed Richards, and so he's noticing he's not Reed Richards. And he makes the point about how Tony is very alone, and how Reed, because this is your dramatic foreshadowing, there is a 4 over my heart to show my connection to all the extra people. And we know there is a great status quo change. Permanent. Forever. We mean it this time.
Yeah, just like when they killed him in the 90s.
Coming back to the Fantastic Four. Hey, you know what? I'm going to say this. If it gets me some Sue Storm with a boob window, I'm okay with that.
We're here for the boob windows and long boxes, people.
Yes.
As a teenager in the 90s, I approve.
Yes, and
as a Power Girl aficionada, I approve.
Meanwhile, of course, the Cody are invading Wakanda because Wakandan soil is full of vibranium.
And they've seriously miscalculated, but okay.
Well, But this is the thing. Well, that's because, freaking Black Panther is already one step ahead of him, but that's okay. But and you have the thing there, and he wants to know if what they say. Yimbambe, and he says, does that mean what I think it means? And Shuri's like, you don't know what that means? You don't speak Soshi? Or it's like, no, so well, it means to stand for him. He's like, oh yeah. No, I just thought it meant it's clobbering time. He was trying to do a setup, and Shuri was giving him language. He was like, "Oh, come on, it's fun." But yeah, so they're smacking around the plants, and that's good. We have evil swordsman, and Jen's got her brain back, so that's fun. It's like, what if we just magically fixed her all of the emotional scars that have made her talk like a dumb Hulk for the last few issues? Let's just do that so that we don't have to deal with it in this series.
For the last year or two. Yeah, it'd be too hard for the story. Let's just magically fix that.
That's just beep. Yeah, and it's weird because it's fixed by a Cody thing, which means okay, now that she's fighting this Cody, are they going to take that away from her? What's the storyline going to be there? We're not worried about that right now. And King of Space. Yeah.
I was gonna say Carol Danvers is the new Kree Accuser.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Kree Accuser. Accuser Danvers.
Her hammer.
Danvers.
Her hammer is bigger than Thor's.
Well, only the handle.
We're children. I'm sorry, Charlie.
Oh, but Charlie, you were asking, I think, last time about her Captain Marvel's sister. Yeah, they kind of get into that in Captain Marvel 18. Hi, Tristan. He wants to be on the technology.
No. What is going on with Captain Marvel's sister?
Well, she finally meets her. She didn't even know she didn't even know she had this half sister. But I guess it's a Kree sister, so same mother.
So basically, she had a mom.
Sister from a different mister.
Who abandoned her child. Well, I guess maybe that's the Kree way. We don't raise our children because we're Kree. And we're
I don't know, but
objectively awful.
But yeah, I mean, the Kree, for some reason, the Kree want to kill her. So at the end, Carol takes off with her. So they're basically both fugitives now.
Yay.
But I mean, they kind of.
Laura and Nebula, what now?
What?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
But yeah, I mean, at the beginning of this issue, it was kind of they were kind of built up more on what they showed in Empyre 3.
Mm-hmm.
Carol was just out smacking down ships and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I really liked Empyre 3. It was a great introduction to this, and I'm like, it's weird since we had this big lull, and now we're trying to like get into what we're producing, and apparently this is now a weekly issue. So it's
I know. Yeah, 1, 2, and 3 have been like weekly. I don't know if that is that always the plan, or is I wonder if this just because of COVID and stuff that they just rushed them out now.
Yeah, possibly. And then we do find out the big reveal. Bum bum bum. The Kree. Was it the Kree pursuer is actually Teddy's grandma. And speaking of Betty White, yes, she is a racist grandma. And yes, they have to cure him of his unfortunate predilection with heroism. Which, of course, informs the Hulkling story because, and in that one, we don't get the reveal of it because that's the thing. You read that first, and then you get the spoiler, and then when you read Hulkling, which takes place before it, and you have, I think her name is Thanalos, the pursuer, and all of her undermining of Teddy and Billy's relationship kind of plays into it, and you go like, oh, that's why she's being a BIIC. Okay.
Ooh.
Yes. So yeah, that's great. I do recommend Emperor Hulkling. It really is a very lovely tale of Billy and Tommy, or not Billy and Tommy, of Billy and Teddy.
Mm-hmm.
And Tommy. First of all, I didn't know Tommy was gay now too, so that's cool. I'm not sure who he's dating. I don't know if those
sexuality is a spectrum. It's fine.
Well, yeah. No, I mean it's fine. I don't care. I just that was a new twist to the storyline for me, but that's fine. I'm actually more interested in who he's dating because he's dating clearly someone because this person has like gigantic red eyes. I don't know if those are like glasses or bug eyes. I don't know if he's a mutant. So I didn't know who that guy was. I was like, oh wait, who's this guy? And they don't tell you in the issue. It's like because I'm sitting there, I was like, wait, is that like? Because the first thing is that supposed to be triathlon? Is that Prodigy? Who is this person supposed to be? So it's a black guy with something on his eyes. They may be goggles. They may be just he has bug eyes. We don't know. But that's Tommy's boyfriend, and Tommy is
Black Manta, and it's the DC Marvel crossover we've all been waiting for.
Maybe. I mean, honestly, well, I still say Aqualad is secretly Black Manta's son, but that's
everybody thinks that.
I'm just saying, man. One night in a foxhole, who knows?
Whoa!
But that's how it worked out for Teddy and Teddy's mom and dad. Just we're there, we're prisoners. We kind of feel we're all prisoners in the roles we've been cast in. Yeah. So anyway. And we also get a lot in the Hulkling story with Teddy's relationship with Clarette, who killed the handmaiden that he thought was his mom. So, but what's also weird about this is like also Tommy clearly remembers all of their existences as the children of the Scarlet Witch. Because he specifically references the time that they were Master Pandemonium's hands, and he had to scratch his behind. And which hand did he use? Because Tommy obviously has a lot. They're kind of setting Tommy up to be in that kind of Quicksilver thing where he betrays the Avengers. I don't know. I'm just saying they're laying the groundwork now, but. No, all in all, that was a good story. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, but if anyone wants to know more about Empyre, join me and Charlie Esser on the 300th episode of Super Connectivity, which we'll be recording tomorrow with Al Ewing, who is one of the writers on this issue.
There we
Look
go.
at my boys go. So proud of you. 300.
Writer of Empyre.
I wishes they could get those numbers.
Yes. We do this a lot, so that's good. We'll have to make sure you're on 369, Lilith.
You got it, buddy.
Because then we got 3 and 69.
Whoa.
169 each. So, yeah. So yes, but we will definitely discuss Empyre tomorrow. We'll
Immortal Hulk.
talk Immortal Hulk. Correct?
Yep.
He does that too. Okay.
I want to ask him some Guardians of the Galaxy because he's writing that right now.
Don't forget Quasar. The boys will never let you will never forgive you if you don't.
Tom Brevoort said Quasar supposedly, Al Ewing has Quasar coming soon in Guardians of the Galaxy. So yes, I'm going to ask that.
But which Quasar? Bum bum bum.
It's Big Riley in a Quasar suit.
Well, no, but technically it's not Phyla Val. What's her name? But there's the new lady who's the Quasar now.
Avril. Yeah, but Wendell Vaughn's been running around in quantum bands recently too, so it's like no one knows what's going on.
They co-located because they're quantum bands. They can do that.
Again, I don't know why they don't do more than one Quasar and make it, do like a Green Lantern Corps type thing.
Yeah, Quasar Corps sounds good. Well, and much like the Green Lantern rings, we can just make as many as we want.
Exactly.
The rings just come from the rings can create lanterns, and the lanterns can create rings.
How is
so the bands just quantumly co-locate, and they just create more.
How is one sentient being supposed to protect the whole universe?
Well, arguably, the universe is actually supposed to be a little bit chaotic. That's sort of the idea. That's why there's a Galactus. It's like there are supposed to be galactic threats. So it's like when you say protect the universe, what you mean is just don't let it get out of hand. You're supposed to be. You're supposed. It's sort of like being the maintenance crew at like the Acropolis. It's a ruin. You're not supposed to fix it. You're just supposed to make sure that it's decaying properly. So that's always the thing is you put a sentient in charge of these things, and they start to think, well, I guess I should just make everything right forever. It's like nobody asked you to do that. That's the problem with the star brands, because the star brands give you a planetary defense force. It's like, okay, why don't I just blow up the planet and that'll defend it? No, star brand, bad star brand. This was a poorly thought out idea.
All right,
sorry,
Lil, did you read any Spider-Man?
I actually picked up Spider-Man Noir #2. The story is Nazis. It's your standard Nazi punch a Nazi in the face story, but the artwork, oh my god, I am still in love with this artwork, and literally would have only bought the book for the artwork, which I think I did.
I mean, most of it was them traveling.
Yeah. But I'll continue to buy the book for the artwork. Hopefully the story picks up. It's just stunning. I'm in love with the artwork.
I mean, again, too, remember, we lost momentum, too, because issue 1 came out how long ago, thanks to COVID.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, it's a decent book, but I think it might even be better, like, binging it in like a trade or something. Probably it'll be.
Yeah, I definitely feel like this is a wait for the trade book for sure. But I want to support. Who is that? Is that Leo? Did I read that right? Is that Leo Williams? No, that can't be right.
What, the writer?
Yeah.
Margaret Stoll.
Yeah, there we go, Margaret Stoll. One of the two. So yeah, I'm trying to support him, but like I said, I'm really picking it up for the artwork at this point.
Yeah. Did you read Amazing Spider-Man?
I did.
Just tell us who Kindred is already.
Okay, it's not just me. Fine.
I mean, it's been going since issue 1. This is issue 45. Tell us already.
Well, we're waiting on issue 50.
Yeah, I know we're waiting for 50.
Wait, Kindred isn't Sin Eater?
No. The guy in bandages is Kindred. No, Sin Eater's the guy in the green mask. Yeah.
Oh, he's in bandages?
Yeah.
Oh, he's Kane.
No, it's supposed to be somebody dead from hell. Kane's alive somewhere.
Kane's alive? You sure? Are you sure? Are you sure Kane's alive?
Oh my god, that's gonna be horrible if it's Kane, but
yeah, or maybe it's one of the 800 times Ben Reilly died. Yeah, I mean,
I love Ben Reilly.
When he's dead or missing.
You know, or oh, you know who it could be? Superior Spider-Man.
Ooh.
Because they let Otto out, and they had to say no, Tolliver, you're in. But I don't see Tolliver being that mean. I don't know. Unless he's like working all the angles.
They said they were hinting around at a connection with Peter, definitely, and I thought they were connecting with Norman. I was going to say, Lilith, whatever happened to Gwen Stacy's kids? That couldn't be the daughter of Gwen Stacy, could it?
It better not be.
I thought they buried that story.
Yeah, they definitely should have. We don't talk about that in the Spider-Man fandom.
At some point.
No, they kind of just like didn't mention them after Brand New Day started. I mean,
so we just assumed that Brand New Day fixed that little thing on up.
They were,
Mephisto. He's always holding those chips in his pocket somewhere.
Well, here's the thing: if they existed, here's the thing: if they existed and now they don't, what happens to their souls?
Oh,
Limbo Purgatory.
Possibly. I'll give you one better, though. Maybe it's Captain Stacy.
Oh!
He's a New York City cop. You're going to tell me they go to heaven?
Oh, my God.
I said
Excuse me, sir? Captain Stacy was a damn gem that was too good for this world?
He died saving a child. He died saving a child when that maniac Otto Octavius knocked them chimney down on the street.
Yeah, okay, so he died doing something heroic, but how many times has he planted evidence on somebody? How many times has he beaten a confession out of somebody? How many innocent men has he sent to the electric chair in his years because it was just because we got the guy. We got the guy. Let's just call it a day, Jim.
Charlie's not allowed on our Spider-Cast podcast. I don't like this.
I'm not saying that's who Captain Stacy is.
Captain Stacy didn't have the energy to do that. He was like almost as old as Aunt May, I swear.
Well, okay, but what I'm saying is he did a lot of stuff before that. He got to be a captain. He got to be Captain Stacy, which means he used to be Patrolman Stacy. Maybe took a little money on the side. Maybe he looked the other way. Maybe he looked a little too closely when certain elements moved into the neighborhood.
I don't know. It might be Gwen Stacy's kid. Maybe it's the daughter. Because Lilith, do you remember? This is Sins Rising. Do you remember the name of the story when they revealed the kids?
What was it?
Sins Past.
Damn it! It's gonna no. They better not. We leave the Stacys alone.
Yeah.
I mean, outside of Spider-Ghost.
Oh, you know who it is?
Huh.
616.
Gwen Stacy.
May Parker.
Oh.
The child that Mephisto went from existence.
Oh.
Now that I can get behind.
That could be too, because who made Mary Jane miscarry? Well, it was an underling, but it was sent by Norman Osborn.
As you do, because Norman just can't see people happy with children.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying May, but in the idea that there was because that's the whole reason. I have to wipe out your marriage because you're going to have a child who's going to be amazing and save the world, and I can't have that. So would you like to let your aunt die or have a child who might one day save the world? Kill the child, save the 900-year-old woman. That's what Peter said, because Peter can't handle life.
I think it's the kid if it's the kid Mary Jane was pregnant with at the end of the Clone Saga, because Norman caused that miscarriage. And so for some reason Kindred has.
Why are we bringing this back up? Why are we opening old wounds? I want to know.
Clearly it's someone who has access to heck. And here's what I'm saying.
Because they won't tell us
to go with the theory on Gwen Stacy's children. This idea that there are people who exist that have now been removed from existence. What happens to their souls? And if you think about time as being a existence, there was a timeline in which this child existed. Arguably, the Annie Parker. In the one where they did stay together.
Mm-hmm.
So Annie Parker. So this could be evil Annie Parker from the 616 who never got to exist, was brought to heck by Mephisto, and then molded into his perfect spider. What do they call Ben Parker? The baby Ben Parker, the scion, or the being that'll take over the web, kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
The inherit, and then now Mephisto controls the web of destiny. Bum bum bum.
Oh, and I don't know.
There's a plan.
Gwen Stacy's kids, fathered by Norman Osborn. Do you think Mephisto would be interested in those kids?
No. Why are
Nobody's interested in those kids.
It's like, no. There's some randos between a teenager and an old industrialist.
Osborn DNA without the cornrows.
I'd love to see that.
I don't think that's possible, but
oh my god, the daughter looked exactly like Gwen Stacy, down to the headband and everything.
I hate comic book genetics.
We all do. We all do.
It's bad enough that just random people look exactly alike. It's like,
I mean, like, honestly though, I've seen TV shows that try to pull. I'm just gonna call Pretty Little Liars out. Just because you're white and a blonde woman with blue eyes doesn't mean you're automatically twins. Okay, that lady was a foot taller than that woman. I said, "Excuse me, ma'am."
You mean like the Land sisters?
They don't look anything alike, and they definitely don't look like River Song. I'm just saying.
All white people look alike to me. So.
I can tell the difference on occasion.
Well, you probably have a keener eye than I do.
Yeah, can you now?
Damn it!
I don't pay attention to people, so I'm very bad at discerning who I'm talking to.
Name faces, they mean nothing to me.
That's why I like the names underneath the faces and the things. It's like, we should all just have a name tag. It makes life easier.
Like,
okay, Elaine.
Steve. Anyway.
Did anybody read X Factor?
No, is it good?
No, it's not good.
Okay. I had a fear of that. I was like, okay, because I'm here for the Peter David's, the stuff Peter David wrote, and the only member was what, Polaris, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, Prodigy is okay so far. Everybody else kind of.
And they wonder why they keep trying to reboot this book and wonder why it's not works. Bring in that team, Havoc, Polaris, Madrox, Strong.
I mean, they get the guy who did, Domino and Web Warriors, and they give Leah Williams something to do, because she did a great job on Amazing Mary Jane, and she also worked on Extremists too, so it kind of sort of makes sense. But
so here's a question: what's X Factor doing in the Krakoa world?
They're it has to do with reincarnation. It's very convoluted. They're investigating murders and keeping the rules of reincarnation intact.
They're like the FBI.
That just sounds weird. That's never what X Factor was. They were basically.
Yeah, that's why I was so confused. I was like, "Ooh, new X Factor team," and at least
Well, I guess they're trying to give they're trying to give every team a different purpose.
Marauders is the best X-Men book you are not reading.
I mean,
I'm telling you.
Yeah, and X-Force is they're Black Ops and
X-Factor can X off.
Oh!
Hellions looked good before COVID, and then we don't have Hellions anymore. Hey, do you know what was a good? Do you know what was a good X-Men book this week? At least I thought so, and I thought it actually had a lot of X Factory fun vibes to it.
Oh, the Empyre tie-in.
Yeah, Empyre.
I refuse. I will not.
I didn't get it either. I think I'm
going to say there may be a way that you can read it relatively easily if you have the time. I suggest you do. We have Scarlet Witch creating a zombie apocalypse, which is always fun.
Is that what happened?
Well, a small zombie apocalypse. Basically, a bunch of mutant zombies who are kind of really cool zombies. Who are yeah, we're zombies, but we're also mutants, so we're mutant zombies, and yeah, that's our thing. But then the Cody land, and we have our soldier whose name is Rutu Bega, because it's funny, and the zombies are they find a local inhabitants of Genosha. Is it Genosha or Genosha? Does anyone know?
I think
Genosha.
it's Genosha. Yeah.
It's like Gene, like Genosha. That's it's a little on the nose, but anyway. So they find a zombie. They reattach his jaw, and he basically says, "Oh, should we be worried about you beings on this planet?" It's like, "Oh yeah, you just landed in the worst place possible for an alien invasion." Because this is Genosha, and there are 13 million mutants here. So what are mutants? It's like humans, but we all have superpowers. Oh yeah, and about half of us are vegetarians. And then they attack the Cody and just devour the Cody. It's basically, as they say in the title. So we got a little splash page. Then we get in the title card: Alien Plants versus Mutant Zombies. And then Black. Oh, well, okay. So here's the whole thing with Warren and some other lady and the Rasputin's kid sister. They're selling drugs. As you do because they've recreated X Corp. Yada yada yada. And then they all have to leave, so they don't get to make the deal with the humans because there's stuff going on. And Black Tom's having. I guess does Black Tom have tree powers? Is that his thing?
Yeah, something with vegetation and stuff. Yeah,
because he's saying the Genosha gate, it's having problems. There's a whole thing about the gate, about the plant gates, and I think a whole point about we always have to fix these things. Yeah, because they're plants, they're not a machine. You have to go and tend your garden, And anyway, so we send a team there. Also, apparently, the mutants are actually feeling very understaffed because that's a whole big thing where Warren thought that Xavier was trying to pull him off of the corporate gig because he didn't trust him. And it's like, no, I trust you a lot. And I kind of need to have my most experienced teammates with it. And actually, really, it's a nice thing because it actually has them showing that, look, we've teamed up with all of our enemies and it's still not enough people because we're actually in a very precarious situation. So that was neat. They go and they basically tell Warren he can take one extra mutant with him, and of course he picks Madrox, the Multiple Man. And they do find the Genosha the gate, and they figure that the best thing they can do. Okay. So, so first they get all the plants coming after them, and they have to kill all the plants. And they realize then the zombies are coming. They also have a sideline where they have to go fix the gate. And of course, Madrox says, "Hey, you know what you need? 100 different people just doing repetitive manual labor." And Multiple Man grew up on a farm, so he knows all about weeding. So that's an important fun fact they don't really mention there. But
weeding.
Yes, they also realize that basically because the mutant zombies all have the X gene, they won't trample the gate when they get to it. They will all run through the gate to Krakoa. So they have to keep the mutant zombies from taking over Krakoa. So, and there's a whole thing here where then we get, and this is the part everyone's got to love, is after all of there's something here with Goo and Madrox and Goo clones, and they get a bunch of old ladies show up because they know about gardening. And so it becomes alien plants versus mutant zombies versus old ladies.
Oh, those old ladies were in an issue, one of the last couple issues, yeah.
Okay, well, they're cool. I don't know who they are.
They were trying to steal some of that, the portal things.
Okay, are they anyone? Should I know who they are?
No, they're new, I think, but they're just scientists or something. Yeah,
I love them. I love the old ladies. So, yes, more of that. Tristan, turn that down. Yes, he just found a new animated person on YouTube called Let Me Explain. It's very fun and enjoyable, so watch it. But yes, the old ladies. Oh, I love this book. It was great. So yes, Empyre. I'm gonna get that pulled. So there we go. I have an X book on my pull list now, kids. Mark the date.
Ooh.
See how long that lasts.
Well, apparently 4 issues. It's 1 of 4.
Hey Lilith, it's been a while since the first issue, but did you read Cable #2?
Nope.
I don't know what's going on. I'm kind of here for it right now. I mean, he's running around with a Space Knight sword, like Rom Space Knight. He's running around with one of their swords. You talk about you thought the throuple was bad. He's dating all 5 Stepford cuckoos.
Get it while you can get it, boy.
Okay, can we just see? That doesn't seem like a throuple to me.
It's not. It's more than a throuple.
No, it seems like a harem.
To be at all. He's got himself a harem. He's living,
exactly. I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable with a harem. I want at least one other dude in there.
Whoa!
To even out the work, man. I'm sorry, Cable is but one man,
but he's from the future.
Well, that's young Cable.
He's an old man from the future. That doesn't help.
No, that's it's teenage Cable here.
Oh, teenage Cable.
But for some reason,
why did that make? First off, if he's teenage Cable, that means he lacks all of the training and knowledge of the older Cable. So completely defeating the purpose of a Cable.
But then I don't know, because again, just like in the first issue, last couple pages, they show in another time and place, they show old Cable basically riding through a post-apocalyptic wasteland or something. So I don't know what's going on.
Forget it, Jake. It's Chinatown.
Exactly. Top men, Charlie. Top men.
Top men are on it, yes. Hey, this actually came out last week, but I picked it up this week. And Conan Battle for the Serpent Crown, number Trey. Very cool. Basically, Tilda Johnson and Conan have gone to Wakanda because they were teleported by the magic ring. Mephisto is still working his plans using Imus Champion, which is just, honestly, I'm guessing they just couldn't get the rights to Nicholas Scratch because they drew him exactly like Nicholas Scratch. Because when I first opened it, I had actually forgotten that Imus Champion was a character in this. Yeah. And he's wearing a teleportation suit, and it's like, oh, wait, Nicholas Scratch is in this? It's like, oh, no, it's somebody else. But basically, Conan, Conan don't like magic. And when he realizes that the ring is magic teleported, he throws it away, and then the ring puts itself on him, and he's like gets controlled by the ring. The ring takes him to a place, and then in classic BA fashion, Conan basically shatters the ring by force of will. Because Conan, in his time, has been controlled by sorcerers, but realized that no matter how strong your muscles are, human will is stronger than magic. Boom. Anyway, so does all that. They go into the cave. I forget, I'm blanking on her name again. Anyway, but yeah, not Tilda Johnson. Tilda Johnson, we couldn't get the rights to. Basically, they go down into the cave. They find the secret lair of the Set Temple. And then, of course, Black Panther shows up because they're like, "Why are you looting an archaeological site that even we didn't know about?" And then, Black Panther and Conan have a very nice battle, and Conan's like, "How did you learn to move that fast?" I was about to ask you the same question. So it's a very friendly, delightful battle that eventually ends when Black Panther does stun him, but then freaking Imus Champion shows up to steal the scepter, because that's the serpent scepter that does something with the serpent crown, because that's the whole shtick for Mephisto to take over the world, and Imus Champion gets to rule over Earth. As Mephisto, why does anyone take that deal? Why does Lex Luthor even want Australia? Because that is literally the idea. He's like, well, you'll get to rule all over Earth as I destroy the universe outside of it, And that's always the deal they make.
Some people
basically, I will give Luthor this much in that he was willing to accept Australia because he knew basically Zod and the rest were going to take over the world anyway. Best he could do is like, well, I can make a kingdom in Australia. If I can work it out, then I can have my protection.
Maybe that would buy him time.
Exactly. But, these guys are always like, yeah, no, I just want to rule over a bunch of people and see, I'm the biggest guy here. And why do you make deals with them? Anyway, next week we're going to go to Atlantis. Or next month we're going to go to Atlantis. Because it's always great that beings that can't breathe underwater are going to fight Namor underwater. But sure, why not? Anyway, I got 2 more books. Let me know what you guys want to talk about.
I don't know. I was just going to do one more. Iron Man 2020 number 5. Again, I mean, Arno Stark still being a douche. You know how Tony was like, I'm not the real Tony Stark. Wah, wah, wah. I don't know if they're cloning him a new body now because they're saying they're getting rid of all the artificial cells and like they're rebuilding it with DNA samples from. Well, I mean, I believe that there's Tony Stark DNA floating around all over the place, but I mean, so I don't know if they're just like rebuilding him, like cloning him a new body.
Wait, are the robots making him a new body, or?
Well, no, it's that Andy. No, he had a scientist or 2 on payrolls. I mean,
so the scientists are making a new Tony Stark.
Because they just said they're replacing the artificial cells with, Tony Stark DNA. So that's what I'm saying. So you're cloning.
Wait. So he was made with artificial cells first?
Yeah.
Was he basically like a Jim Hammond? Are these Horton cells?
I guess that's how that's what
they're saying, that he was basically reconstructing himself out of Horton cells. Okay.
Or remember when he came back, it was in the Age of Bendis too.
Yeah. Well, no, but nobody said he was made out of Horton cells then. If they had said he was made out of Horton cells, it's like, oh, that makes perfect sense. And so no wonder he's having all these.
But remember, he's been crying since then. I'm not the real Tony Stark.
Well, Abe. So they're basically recommending, well, that's because you did it with Horton cells, and Horton cells, of course, are artificial cells.
I think they just want to give him back a real body because next issue is the last one, and then I think in September we're rebooting with a new team in Iron Man number 1. So,
okay,
got to get back to status quo. I'm just waiting for the retcon where they say, "Oh no, you really were Howard Stark's son."
Well, of course,
yeah.
Yeah, well, because. Why not?
I mean that other parents thing didn't go anywhere, right, Charlie?
Hasn't so far. Although I guess his mom's still around somewhere, isn't she?
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean he's not Howard Stark's son.
Mm.
Womp, 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 womp. Hey, we've all seen we've all seen Agent Carter.
So, geez.
Honestly, Tony probably has more than a few brothers out there.
Oh, yeah.
I would really like to see someone actually explore that. Just like Tony's got 8 brothers. The Stark, I've been tracing, just have one of them be like, actually, I became a geneticist. And so I realized the markers that Marcus is Stark's brothers. And so I just tracked us all down. There's 20 of us. We're all super geniuses too.
Jeez. All right, Lilith, you want to throw anything out?
Go ahead, throw it in.
I'll just throw in Archie number 713. It is unfortunately a Katie Keene TV tie-in, and as we all know, Katie Keene was canceled, so this makes it kind of pointless. But it was very cute. The whole gang was there. Even Josie and the Pussycats, Archie and Josie do a really cool musical number. Sabrina does a little magic, gives us that classic little smirk to the audience. It was just a good, fun romp, even if it turns out that it's now needless, because, again, Katie Keene is canceled. Thank you, CW.
Oh, wait, the series is canceled?
Yeah.
Like the TV series?
The TV show. It was in the Archieverse with Sabrina, but it got canceled.
Yeah. But why are they canceling it? It hasn't even aired yet.
No, it did air. A full season.
Oh, it did? Oh, well, Then that's why they canceled, because no one
watched. Yeah, exactly.
Damn you, man!
It's a shame. I hope that they integrate Josie back into Riverdale, because it was technically supposed to be her spinoff, but not every black girl can get her own spinoff. So, So hopefully they give Josie something back to do in Riverdale because I like that actress. I like that character. And gosh darn it, bring back Robin Givens, who plays her mom. That is also the mayor of Riverdale.
Oh, I love Robin Givens.
Yeah, so that's the whole thing that I actually got back into Riverdale. The parents were really cool. But of course, Luke Perry, bless his soul, he passed away. But we still have Molly Ringwald as Archie's mom. So there's that. Yeah, I'm here for the parents. I'm an old fart now.
I gotta say, I think they're bearing the lead on this because had I known Robin Givens was in it, I'd have watched that.
Yeah, season 1, she's really good. Season 2, she has some conflict with the one guy that plays Slade on Teen Titans.
Slade.
Yeah, so he's the dad. He's Veronica's dad. In case you don't know, in case you don't watch. So yeah.
He's Mr. Lodge. Cool. Wait, is he like old and does he have a big mustache?
No, he's a
like
snack.
young and
That's
hot?
the whole meal. Like, sorry, prerequisite. Nobody tell Joe Manganiello that I'm cheating on his Deathstroke. Nobody tell him. But yeah. And isn't that Kelly Ripa's husband? I want to say no. That's not. That's not right.
No, Mark Consuelos.
Yeah, he's in something. I can't remember what it was about him. I've been binging way too much TV, so everybody just like kind of running together. So I apologize, but yeah. Riverdale's a glorious mess, and if you want to play a drinking game, that is the show to play because you'll be wasted within 10 minutes. My kind of show.
Good to know. Justice League Dark came out, which actually came out again last week. Didn't get to read it till this week. Plotline. Wonder Woman has to get the whole gang back together because we have to work together, even though we're all torn apart. Here's the real interesting point. So Man-Bat felt like Swamp Thing was acting weird, so he stole a tissue sample because Man-Bat has no boundaries and has scientific curiosity. Even like calls it out, it's like, yes, my scientific obsession is a problem. I understand. Let me tell you what I found. And he found that as he's studying the, he calls it endosymbiosis, because apparently all of Swamp Thing's cells are now integrated with other things, not just the green, but the yellow and the yellow, really just the yellow and the red we see. Basically, all of the parliaments of life have joined together to give strength to the Swamp Thing. The problem is we need the Parliament of the Rot and the Parliament of Death to join in, which is why I still say Solomon Grundy's important. Hey, he's got a new TV show, so they got to do something with Solomon Grundy. And there's a whole thing about how the Upside Down or the Upside Down Man's Realm, not the Upside Down because that's trademarked. The Upside Down Man's Realm, it's the mirror of our universe, and Hecate and the Upside Down Man are basically the mirror twins, and so they needed Wonder Woman to enter into that realm of magic, and that's where they went. And finally, and I liked it. I still like Justice League Dark. It's a good book. Finally, my pick of the week, A Man Among Ye by Stephanie Phillips. This is #1 from our good friends at Top Cow Comics and Image, who will recall Top Cow gave us the tick years ago. And this is just a great, bloodthirsty pirate story. Life has no meaning. We kill everyone we meet because they're going to kill everyone they meet. And quite frankly, they're probably selling slaves too. So we're kind of justified in all of our murdering of these people. And we see that basically after they burn the ship, which I actually kind of think I get what they're doing, because the idea is, they stole the money. They really don't have use for the ship. Whereas a lot of times, and this is actually one of the things that we get to when we get to the dense text at the end, which I actually read. I was so enthralled by this book, I read the text at the end, in which we discuss how Tampa, Florida, super into pirates, and that's where Stephanie grew up, and did not realize that not every town had a pirate day. where they celebrated pirates and talked about how great pirates were and all the myths and legends around pirates. And this is also where I find out that this actually follows Anne Bonny right here, our little ginger. She's our lead, and Mary Read. She is the young lady who stows away after the British ship is attacked and burned, and they're all working with Jack Rackham, Calico Jack Rackham. I don't know why they called him Calico Jack Rackham, and they're not going to explain it to us either. But it's just a grand pirate story. These are based on semi-historical figures. Well, they're actual historical figures. It's based on actual historical figures. The legends are purely the creation of our good friends Stephanie Phillips and Craig Sermark, with Brittany Pezzarillo and Troy Peteri. They get the 4 leads on the cover. And it is just a great book. Highly recommended if you like pirates, if you like independent comics, or if you like gingers, you might like this book. Lilith, do you know anyone that likes pirates, gingers, and independent comic books?
Sounds like somebody literally wrote a book for me.
That's what I'm saying. And I just picked it up, and
what company was that again?
That is from Image and Top Cow.
Huh.
And it is the number one.
That slipped off my radar.
I don't know. I was expecting to say, oh, Charlie, I picked it up last week. Of course, I've read that. But yeah. And so, yeah, it's a great book. Look for it in your local comics shop. It's a fast read. It's an exciting read. I will be honest with you. It is a violent read. So if you don't like seeing people get stabbed through the throat, might not be the book for you. But if you have no problem with fictional people being stabbed in the throat, especially if they are serving an evil oligarchy of the East India Company, then enjoy. And that's all my books this week, Philip.
All right. You have anything else to put out, Lilith?
No, just Archie. Read more Archie, guys.
Oh, yeah. Because me and Lilith have another show to do, so.
Yeah.
All right.
I did pick up the free comic book day, Archie. I just didn't get the chance to read it yet.
Free Archie. All right. Sorry to everyone. So buckle in, prepare yourselves. Next week, it's the big Lilith Hellfire 169th episode extravaganza.
And everybody better have done their homework. Feedback is welcome. Come on, Chromosome boys. Come on.
And
come on, Captain Tank Top. Don't fail me.
No.
I have a headcanon that we have the first appearance of Captain Stacy in one of my books.
Oh, no.
I'm just saying, you read it like, hey, wait a minute. Is that the first appearance of this guy?
At least 3 of my books have a weird connection, but anyway.
But yeah.
All right.
But he doesn't do anything evil that would damn him to heck, so don't worry about that, Lilith. He's a top drawer police captain in what I read. But I'm looking at him like, that totally looks like Captain Stacy.
Anyway, yes. So send your thoughts on your favorite issues that end in 69. Email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com. Call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, our Patreon, where we talk all things Star Trek right now. And go join the Capes and Lunatics Cloakroom, our Facebook group. Big things are happening behind the scenes, people. Get in there. All right. And help us support our sponsors, Tweaked Audio. Get yourself some Tweaked Audio headsets. Hunt a Killer. Michelle Gray needs your help. Yes. And Lil said when everyone's safe to travel, she's going to get us some Hunt a Killer. So, yes, we're chomping at the bit for that. And go get Pod Life the book, now in digital and paperback. Learn the ins and outs of podcasting from the people knowledgeable in it and me. So do that. Go on Amazon. And when you do, use the link for Southgate Media Group right down there in the show notes. And Costs you not a thing, but helps us. So please help support this show, the network, and that mysterious figure, Rob Master Doom Southgate.
Make it rain, so says Master Doom. Nice mustache, Charlie.
Lilith.
If you guys want to hang out with me on the interwebs, you can find me on Twitter at Lilith Hellfire, and also on the gram with the cool kids and the hip grandparents at Lilith Hellfire 86 or at Lilith Hellfire 69.
I'm thirsty for it, bro.
Gimme.
Next week's episode brought to you by Lilith's Instagram, Lilith Hellfire 69. Charlie Esser.
Well, if you'd like to write to me in that old-fashioned email way the way I'm awesome possible, instead do so at superconnectivityblog@gmail.com. That's superconnectivityblog, all one word, at gmail.com. Of course, follow me on the Twitters as I live tweet Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for 2 more weeks. Because it's the final season, kids. At Charlie Esser. That's CHARLIESSER. Look for the 2 E's in the middle.
For quality.
Bing.
Thank you, Maz.
Indeed.
What's Nuffsaid gonna do for content then?
I don't know.
That's Rob. Well, they still have super connectivity, but yeah, that's a Rob Southgate decision there. But
time to review those Marvel movies, boys.
Charlie and Maz. But that's all the time we have this week. Again, join us next week for episode 169. We'll put a lot of hard work into this. But until then, we have been your cave.
Ampersand.
Lunatics. Emphasis on the lunatic.
The comic book and pop culture podcast.
The lunatics on your podcast.
I learned that from the Australians. Throw the in there.
Actually, technically, there might be more than just us, but so.
Nonsense.
Number one.
Well, but you need a qualifier, so it could be the best. That's a meaningless honorific, much like professor.
Kristen would have a word with